Alright, we are back. Welcome back to Teal House Farm.
So let's hold up a minute, push the pause button, and back way up. If you're new here, this is probably a confusing place to start. And even if you aren't new here, you may kind of be wondering what's going on. Yesterday, Annie had a procedure called Selective Dorsal Rhizotomy, or SDR. This is a spinal surgery for kids with cerebral palsy that helps to relieve the spasticity in their muscles. Because her brain can't talk to her leg the way that our brain does, her leg thinks that there's always an emergency, that it needs to be contracted. This causes a lot of growth issues, pain, and gait abnormalities that destroy the joints. So in order to reduce the spasticity, the surgeon goes in and cuts all the nerves that are sending bad messages. Then, the nerves that are doing a good job can actually work her leg and her foot the way it's supposed to. But this is a big surgery requiring a lengthy hospital stay, which is where we are now.
Alright, we are back. Welcome back to Teal House Farm. And this is the first day after surgery, and we are just hanging out in the hospital room, basically. So Patton gets to stay with us since he is breastfeeding and he's an infant. Hi. So he gets to stay with Mommy.
Hi.
Last night Sam was here with Annie and I took Patton down to my brother and sister-in-law's house and we spent the night there because only one parent can stay overnight. So Sam said Annie did pretty good overnight, but that she ran a little fever, but she's feeling a lot better.
Yep,
and
she's doing great.
She is awake today. How you doing, Annie? You're a little cold? We'll wrap her up. So she has to stay flat on her back until Monday. Today's Saturday. So she's hanging out. They have these real cool TV screens that are almost like iPads. So she can watch a show, she can play games, we can order food, right? What'd you have for breakfast? What did you have for breakfast? She had chocolate ice cream and bacon for breakfast. It was the best breakfast ever. So they have been taking great care of her, and she really isn't uncomfortable. And in milk, yeah. They rotate her every 4 hours. So she's on one side, and then 4 hours they put her on her back, and then 4 hours they put her on the other side, and they do that around the clock. And that's the only time she really complains of being uncomfortable, is when they have to move her. She doesn't like that too much.
So basically, the first day was just a lot of hanging around in the hospital room. Sam and I just kind of lounged around and waited, and she laid in bed, and sometimes she wanted to sit with Patton, but most of the time she preferred to be by herself. The hospital told us to let her eat whatever sounded good to her belly, so bacon and ice cream and chicken nuggets and whatever she wanted is what she got. We did a lot more laying around, and Patton and I did a lot of walking in circles around the hospital floors to keep him happy. And then we came back and did more sitting around while Annie laid in bed. And we got up and did some more walking around to keep the baby happy. And we did discover on our journey that the hospital did have a toy checkout room, which was pretty cool. So we picked some things to bring to Annie, but she really wasn't interested in playing. We did find at the end of the day her spirits were finally high enough and she was awake enough to want to open some of the mail that everyone sent her. She loved reading the letters and opening all the special packages that everyone sent. And she decided that the few dollars that were in some of the letters, that she was going to use those to buy all of her sisters a Happy Meal from McDonald's when she finally got out of the hospital. She didn't really complain of much pain during the day. The pain team was great, and they were in and out constantly checking on her, and really kept her very comfortable all day.
Alright, good morning. Today is day 3. Well, day 2 post-op. Third day of being in the hospital. So Annie is still flat on her back. She's getting some snuggles today from baby brother. Watching some more TV. Last night was a little bit rough. She was having some muscle spasms, but the team here, they were great. They were right on top of it, helped her out, got her comfortable. She slept pretty well after that. I think today is going to be a little bit tough since she's really starting to feel better, but she still can't get up and move around. So just lots of TV, checking out games from that toy room, just trying to keep her as busy as possible. Sam went home yesterday, spent the time with the other kids, and he's going to work a little bit this morning, and he's going to come back this afternoon and switch out with me.
Just seeing the difference in Annie's feet today was amazing. Previously, her right foot had been pretty much always contracted with the toes smashed together, and today you can clearly see that you really can't tell the difference between her right and her left. The day was pretty slow again with her on her back watching a lot of TV and eating whatever it is she wanted. Today there were a lot of grilled cheeses and Doritos. She enjoyed opening more mail today, but was still pretty tired most of the day. Patton was a trooper, alternating between playing and sleeping in his pack and play, to snuggling with Annie and watching the TV. And he and I also did a whole lot of baby carrier holding and lots of walks around the hospital floor while Annie was sleeping. Today was probably her most uncomfortable of all the days, but the team really did a good job trying to make her as comfortable as possible.
You can see somebody is tired, but going to be a big day. Annie gets most of all the wires and everything off. We get to go to therapy, we get to get out of bed, so it's going to be a really big day, a fun day, hopefully, for Annie. But we're just going to try and get some rest right now.
So we had a friend whose son actually had the same surgery Annie just had. He had it about a month ago, and they came up and brought us yummy sandwiches for dinner. So thank you, Anna.
And gave Annie a bag of goodies.
Yes, she got
lots of candy,
whole bunch of candy and gushers, so yummy stuff. So thank you. I got a phone call. Goodbye. Okay. And but that was fun to see. He's up running around and back to jumping, doing everything.
Yeah, he was really cute. He kept encouraging Annie. He's like, "Oh, you're gonna feel so much better after this." So
that was cool. Mm-hmm. So Annie had 2 therapies today. You want to tell him about that, and I'll get the baby?
Sure. The first therapy was basically just trying to get her comfortable going from her bed to her wheelchair, and teaching me how to do that and make it comfortable for her. So it wasn't too intense. This afternoon, she had a therapy session. It was more like what you might call like a real therapy session. We go to the therapy room, and they mostly worked on stretches with her, mostly with her legs. And Annie did a really good job. She's a really hard worker in therapy. And I actually think she kind of enjoyed being able to get out of bed, even though it probably didn't feel all that great and it was hard work. I think she enjoyed being able to move around, doing the physical therapy. So all in all, it was kind of a tough day, but a really good day. And I feel like she's in even better spirits now that she got out of bed, got to move around, got to put on her own clothes, not just a hospital gown. And mommy brushed her hair. So I think things are looking up for Annie. I have a feeling tomorrow is going to be a really, really good day for her.
Ooh, we're almost done. They are watching some TV, waiting for breakfast to come. Annie loves snuggling with Patton, and Patton loves being able to watch the TV. Today we have lots of therapy. We're supposed to get up in the wheelchair a lot and roll around about 30 minutes at a time. They don't want her sitting up for more than 30 minutes. And she, last night we went for our last roll through and she did a good 10 minutes and then she was starting to get uncomfortable. So I was back in the bed. So we're just doing it towards her tolerance, but it's important. They said the more that she gets up and is mobilized, that faster that she'll heal. So we're going to get our breakfast and then therapy's going to be here early and we got lots of work to do today. Ham some. He's not gonna do it now. Hey, buddy.
Just feeling the difference trying to put her brace on was amazing. I used to have to cram her foot to get it to the 90 degrees needed to fit in her brace. And now, just a simple nudge popped it right into place in the brace.
Pretty good. So what do we get to do today, Annie?
Go home.
That's right. Daddy is here to pick us up. We just have to wait. Therapy is going to be here in 10 minutes. She's going to do a short session, and they'll give her discharge paperwork, and then we are out of here.
Yay! Okay. Get your overs. Let's get your wheelchair over here. Ready? Roll to daddy. Okay, and then give me a big hug. Let's sit you up. You doing good? Does this feel okay? Let's see if we can get your foot up. Get your arm in. Foot lefty in.
There you go.
Does that feel good? Let's get ready. Okay, come on, Manny.
We're both going to fit on here.
Hey! I'm telling you.
Nope.
You ready? All right. We are out of the hospital. Say yay, Annie! She's back there eating her nuggies. We are celebrating with the Lord's chicken and headed back home. Annie is feeling pretty good today, right, Annie? So
we got her out of her we got her out of the bed under the wheelchair. She took a ride, and then before we could leave, she had to do some stretches with the physical therapist. So I had to put her back on the bed. That was no good.
She cried. She was hysterical.
She was really upset because she thought we were good and we were gone. And it was only like 15 minutes worth of
but
stretching.
She had to get back in the hospital.
She had to get back in the bed, and that was rough.
Not pain-wise, just she was so upset that we weren't actually leaving the hospital.
Yeah, we pulled the rug out
Can you
from
turn that
under
down
her.
a little bit, Annie?
So we're going home. we're gonna get there first and get everything settled and get the van emptied and unloaded because we brought half the house with us to the hospital. And then the girls are all with my sister Becca right now, the rest of them. And then she's gonna bring them home tonight, so we will all be reunited tonight, finally.
We will be.
It's
Thank
been
you
over a week.
to all of our family, too many people to name, who have helped make this week possible.
Yep. Thank you to Dan and Allison for staying with the girls.
Yep.
That was a rough couple of nights when it's 0 degrees
Gotta
and you're in
keep
a
that fire
drafty
going.
old farmhouse. They did all the farm chores. Allison kept the house running well. Everybody fed, laundry done. It's a big workload.
Right. And Sam's parents and several of his sisters have stepped in to help in the second half of the week here so that we can still take turns at the hospital.
And we had a friend came and said hi at the
Yeah,
hospital
we did.
and brought Annie a gift and brought us lunch.
Yes.
So thank you to Anna.
And thank you to everybody who sent Annie things to open in the hospital. She had so much fun opening all of her mail. She's done colors and done stickers and done all sorts of fun stuff all week, giving her a break from just laying in bed looking at that TV. I, for one, it would be too soon if I never heard the theme song to Bluey again, because that's all that was playing on the Disney Channel for the entire week. Was
I would
Bluey.
say, all in all, it was a best case scenario.
It went
all
very well.
Really, really well
My
altogether.
my only complaint in all of this is that in a world where we can like use our phones to call somebody half a world away in China, they have not invented a pull-out hospital bed that is sleepable for mom or dad.
Hey, I conked out. I was so tired. It didn't matter.
That was rough. But
I
the
was
nurses were great. The pain team was awesome. She's really, I mean, other than just maybe one time where she had some breakthrough pain and they took care of it right away, she has been really comfortable through this whole recovery. They've taken great care of us at Children's. So
She pretty much, right now, like for the rest of the week, is just kind of on
she's
Tylenol and
she's down to
ibuprofen.
ibuprofen. So
Mommy,
she's really doing great.
Daddy, Dad, and is awake.
Oh, good. Baby's awake. All right. Well, we're going to eat our sandwiches real quick and get the rest of the way home before she's not supposed to sit up more than a couple hours at a time. She has to take breaks still. So we'll get her home so she can lay down and take a break for her back. And we will be back to see you all soon. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.